Hey superfans, welcome back to Earl's Journey to 900. Episode 15 is on the way. Tom Frenzel to my left, and on my right, your left, the big nasty, Wes Malott. I appreciate you coming through, Wes. I know that, shout out to Bob Rayleigh, our core subscriber, who was here. You guys saw each other. He mentioned that kind of, how cool it would be for you to come out, and you're here. So tell us a little bit about that.
Yeah, I crossed paths with Bob at a, I believe, some type of manufacturer seminar down in Houston, which I don't get to make it to many of those, so kind of cool how it all worked out. He mentioned it, and him being a core subscriber, it makes sense to talk to me about doing something like this because it's going to help all those subscribers, amateur players or whatnot who really want to learn and get more involved in bowling and understand kind of our thought process with it. And, as the episodes go on, I think you'll see some of those moves, and it probably even surprise some of you guys seeing some of the moves that I might make. And, and then also just you'll probably overhear me, right off before the ball even gets halfway down the lane. You'll hear me make, whatever remarks as to what I see the ball doing. And so I think it's going to be very educational for those subscribers, and hopefully that's what comes of it. We'll see what Earl can produce for us, but, I think I'm just excited about this, see what we can do.
You're here for 3 episodes. Just briefly, just right off the bat, are you going to shoot 900 or what?
I mean, that's the plan, isn't it? I mean, who knows? We'll see. I'm not physically putting the numbers in the machine, so I'm not 100% sure what's going to happen here. So I can't guarantee that.
I like that. I like how he just did that. So the person who is putting the numbers in the machine, Tom, what did Wes, choose from a ball perspective, and what do you expect to see on the lane?
All right, so we're starting with ball 1, the 250 60 diff ball. I kind of showed him just where we were lined up a couple episodes with the crisp arm profile, and then in practice we just tweaked some stuff, tilts, rotations, got a feel for what a 2-board move is going to look like, what a 5-board move is going to look like. So we feel pretty good where we're lined up at, so we're just going to start throwing, and he'll call out the moves, and I'll enter the numbers as good as I can.
Tom's going to enter the numbers, as he always does. Episode 15 is on the way with Wes. Yes! Let's go. Right. There it is. Hit. There it is. Push. Might need a little help. No! Easy right here. No help. Uh-oh. I just said all. E.
Oh no, what happened there?
Back with you, episode 15. Wes is here, Tom is here. Wes shot 750 on the nose. That's not too shabby for your first time. We've seen some lower numbers, we've seen some higher numbers, but curious your choices for surface, why you did that, which ultimately I think produced some good results.
Well, first of all, myself watching some of these episodes and then now experiencing for it myself, I'm trying to figure out what's going on with that stubborn 8-pin back there, because that probably alone cost me $800 today. But all in all, the ball choice, we went with ball 1, lower RG, higher differential. I think it's more of a ball motion that I like to see. I also do like to see a little bit lower diff as well, and I think we'll see that in maybe one of the next episodes. The biggest thing I think that we see the difference from what I chose for what we've seen in some of the previous episodes is the surface of the ball. I went with a 4,000 surface instead of a 2,000 or 1,000, as we've probably seen. The biggest reason why I wanted to do that, we've already got friction built into the lane with the pattern that we're bowling on, a 10.5 to 1 ratio. And so I don't think we need that surface as much. Plus, with my roll, which we tried to kind of match up the best we could. It's a pretty heavy roll, and we've got some little extra axis rotation to get it to tip down lane, and therefore I don't want to see the ball hook too early and burn up in flat 10, even though we still saw it. And that's through the episode, there were a couple times making decisions. I didn't want to get too fast. Also, as we mentioned, the first shot in the third game there where we missed left. Combination of that is making that move based off of a little practice shots that we did and the trajectory. I know what I do physically, sure, but I dial it into a computer is a little different. And with that, I didn't want to keep it too fast, and obviously we needed to keep it a little faster. Actually, right in the middle of where we were, because we left the 5-pin, then we flat 10. After we changed our trajectory, and then we backed the speed back down 0.1 mile an hour, and then we were in the pocket for basically the rest of the game. So, we'll use the knowledge, or I will use the knowledge, and from that series and a couple more practice shots for the next episode and see if we can even better that 750. The one big thing I see, 256, 248, 246, very consistent. And that's, to me, what it's all about in bowling, staying consistent.
Look at this guy. First time he thinks he's in. He thinks he's in there. All right, Tom. As Wes mentioned, the first shot, third frame. A little bit of what you guys talked about, and then maybe some E.A.R.L, and also the amount of 8-pins that we continue to leave. I mean, my goodness.
Right. Yeah. I mean, we're looking at it on the Specto data, and we'll show you guys the difference in these stone 8s and the pocket strike is really just the last 6 inches before the head pin. They're a half board different, and that's just, I mean, what are you going to do? Obviously, we get lucky. Maybe it can still strike at that spot. Maybe it can't. I don't think there's any one place where it's 100% you're going to get a stone 8, but man, it seems really close to the strike pocket. And just like Wes was saying on the big move, it was a combination of making a big move, to some settings a little bit outside what we did in practice, and also Earl could have tugged that one on top of it. And, you know, we're just trying to do the best we can on those moves. I think it was a good thing to move. It definitely was picking up too early at the end of game 2, so it was time to do it. And after a couple shots to get it dialed in, we were good to go. So, yeah, it's looking up. I think we got a chance to beat that still. So we'll see what happens next week.
We are. I'm looking forward to it. No, next week, you know, Wes has come in and he's brought a little life to the studio here. So make sure you guys hit the thumbs up on this episode. Wes will be here for another 2 episodes, so be sure to look out for next week. So for Wes Malott, Tom Frenzel, Jason Thomas behind the camera, subscribe to Bowl TV, like and share, and also for more information, be sure to bowl.com/decor to subscribe. Episode 16 next week with Wes Malott. We'll see you soon inside the core.